Uncovering how some planets drift through the galaxy completely untethered, and yet radiate heat and light. How? And what does that mean for our understanding of planets, life, and the universe? Let's crunch the cosmos. Rogue planets, also called orphan planets or free-floating planets, are celestial nomads. Unlike Earth or Jupiter, they don't orbit a star. They're completely unbound, drifting alone through the galaxy. There are two main ways a planet becomes a rogue. Ejection. During the chaotic early stages of a solar system, gravitational interactions between giant planets can sling smaller bodies out of orbit and into deep space. Formation and isolation. Some scientists believe rogue planets may actually form alone, the same way stars do, from collapsing clouds of gas and dust, but without ever reaching the mass needed to ignite nuclear fusion. That's right, some planets might have never had a sun, and here's where it gets weird. Some of them are glowing. You'd think a planet in the dark of space would be, well, dark, but not always. Thanks to infrared astronomy, we can actually detect the faint heat signature of certain rogue planets. They don't shine in visible light, but in infrared radiation, the same kind of heat your body emits. So where's that heat coming from? The answer: leftover formation energy. Planets, especially gas giants, form through violent compression. Gas and dust collapse inward under gravity, generating enormous heat at the core. And if a planet is big enough, it retains that heat for millions or even billions of years. Think of it like this. If Earth is a cooled-off coal, a young rogue planet is still glowing like a red-hot ember, and with no nearby star to outshine them, these glowing planets stand out in the infrared sky, if you know where to look. One of the most fascinating examples is PSOJ 318.522, a lonely planet floating about 80 light-years away from Earth. It's 6.5 times the mass of Jupiter and only 12 million years old, a baby, cosmically speaking, and it's hot. Surface temperatures reach around 1 in 100 degrees Celsius, as hot as some stars. It's not glowing from fusion, like a star, but from its own gravitational collapse. Discovered in 2013 by the Pan-STARRS survey, PSOJ 318.522 is completely isolated with no star in sight. To an infrared telescope, it looks like a glowing red ball, as if someone turned on a planet in the middle of nothing. And we've discovered a few dozen rogue planets so far, but researchers estimate there could be billions in our galaxy alone, possibly more rogue planets than stars. Why haven't we seen more of them? Because they're nearly invisible in visible light, especially the older, colder ones. Unless they're young and still glowing, they're incredibly hard to detect. But as our infrared technology improves, with telescopes like James Webb, we're finding more of these wanderers. Some astronomers even believe that rogue planets could be common destinations in interstellar travel someday, because they don't have blinding starlight, making their environments easier to approach. This might be the most intriguing question of all. Can life survive without a star? At first glance, it sounds impossible, but under the right conditions, maybe not. If a rogue planet has a thick atmosphere, like Jupiter, it could trap internal heat and maintain liquid water below the surface. Or if it has volcanic activity and a subsurface ocean, like Jupiter's moon Europa, microbial life could potentially survive in the dark. In fact, some theories suggest Earth itself could have once been ejected and still maintain some forms of life underground. It's extreme, it's speculative, but it's not impossible. So here's the cosmic paradox. In the middle of absolute darkness, there are glowing planets. Planets with no sun, no solar system, no home, just ancient fire drifting across the universe. They challenge everything we thought we knew about planetary systems, and they remind us, in space, logic bends, and impossibility is just another theory waiting to be rewritten. If your brain just went full supernova, hit that like button, subscribe to Cosmic Crunch, and tell us in the comments, would you visit a rogue planet if you had the chance? We'll see you in the next weird corner of the universe. Until then, stay curious.